and I don't want to forget this question, but do a lot of people viewbot on Twitch? And
there are people. Yes, there are constant. That's a constant battle.
Really,
absolutely. Because there are third parties that do it, and especially when you get to ads, they try to viewbot for ads. They viewbot for all sorts of things.
Really?
So yes.
What's the highest? And you don't have to name who it is or what.
No, it's not always. The interesting thing is the viewbotting isn't always like this one, like the streamer is complicit even always, like, sometimes. But so yeah, there isn't one big one. Like most of the viewbotting and most of the fraud is not on a big streamer. It's on a small streamer, but thousands of them.
Really?
Yeah, because if they can create 1,000 bogus accounts, and then they create view bots, then they can create bogus, bogus revenue.
What was like the largest amount of viewers?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Like
I have no idea.
5 to 10K?
I have literally no idea.
Okay.
I have literally no idea.
Now I'm about to show you guys an archived VOD of this exact stream where we're able to prove that those leaked DMs showed up in this stream. Now at the time that I first showed this and the first time that I had found it in my Discord, as that's where it was sent in, I didn't know who had archived this, but I want to give credit to the individual who had this archived VOD, and that is Scorpion from MK on Kiwi Farms. And I want to apologize that I did not know this going into my stream. Again, you deserve full credit for this, and I genuinely really appreciate that you had this VOD. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this solid proof to back up this screenshot that we had found, so thank you. Here it is in all of its glory. It is 11 hours and 59 minutes and 57 seconds. To the best of my knowledge, this stream was 12 hours long. So they usually do that 11-hour 55 cut, so we have the entire thing, and it's not super relevant to be missing those last couple of minutes because we have everything we need here. As a matter of fact, if I go ahead and jump over here to 7:26, we're gonna see exactly what I'm talking about.
I wished I could place my head between them and go full burr mode and make...
What?
So this is him pulling it up on stream here, and I'll just go ahead and let the rest of it play, as you guys will see that this is indeed pirate software. You can see his messages between Kronos, the ones that we were just showing you, and then you're going to watch him go ahead and delete the text-to-speech that he just heard.
What? What is this? Where is it? I'm gonna find this. I need to find your message. God damn it, click. Click, you garbage machine. What? Who are you? Why are you like this? Number 420. Deleted. Jesus Christ.
Now, number one, as far as I'm concerned, I think that's aptly proving that, yes, this is indeed pirate software. He's going through, he deleted the text-to-speech, you heard him talking about it, and he had the authority to delete that message. Now, the other thing I found interesting about this little chain of events here is that he quickly switches to a different DM after he realizes that this is on screen, and that happens before he goes to his Discord, and he looks a bit panicked, but that, again, I'm speculating here, right?
What? What is this? Where
he jumps over to this one first to, clear so you guys can't see what he's saying to Kronos, and that's when he starts looking for his server.
Is it? I'm gonna find this. I need to find your message. God damn it, click.
So now that we've confirmed that this really does exist, it existed on that VOD, let's take a look at that screenshot again.
looks like he's not really buying followers, right? And you can just see this as the case. So, I mean, if people want to find a reason to hate Pirate Software, that's totally fine. But if he's such a bad guy, then why do you need to make up a reason to do it, right? And so this one does look like, yeah, this. Well, this one does seem like, yeah, I mean, this is definitely interesting, right? I mean, I don't know exactly, followers gained 175, etc. So yeah, that's definitely not a good graph, right? It's not a good graph. He got botted that day. Yeah, I mean, that's the case, right? Oh, Dan Clancy was talking about viewbotting. Let's go ahead and listen to that.
Detecting bots. Obviously, we use
So
AI.
a lot of people, and I don't want to forget this question, but do a lot of people viewbot on Twitch? And
there are people. Yes, there are constant. That's a constant battle.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yeah, of course.
Because they're third parties that do it, and especially when you get to ads, they try to viewbot for ads. They viewbot for all sorts of things.
Really?
So yes.
Yeah.
What's the highest? And you don't have to name who it is or what.
No, it's not always. The interesting thing is the viewbotting isn't always like this one, like the streamer is complicit even always, like, sometimes. But so yeah, there isn't one big one. Like most of the viewbotting and most of the
realistically, he's not going to call the person out who's viewbotting on stream by name. Like, he's obviously not going to do that, even if he knows that somebody is. Like, he's not going to do that.
Fraud is not on a big streamer; it's on a small streamer, but thousands of them.
Really?
Yeah, because if they can create 1,000 bogus accounts, and then they create view bots, then they can create bogus, bogus revenue.
What was like the largest amount of viewers?
Oh, I don't know. I have no idea.
Like,
I have no idea.
5 to 10K?
I have literally no idea.
You have exactly an idea. You have a number in your head. That's why you're smiling. And it's over 100,000. Everybody knows it. There have been many people that have been botted to 100K viewers. Remember whenever E-Rob got 100K viewers? Yeah, me either. And so let's be real, guys. And I've been botted to over 100K viewers before too.
People, 200,000 people are about to click the Twitch Prime button right now. Right before we play Classic, they're going to do that.
Oh, wait, do we have 200K viewers?
Yes.
What the fuck? What the fuck? Holy shit, thank you guys. Thank you. And now it's completely crashed it now. I can't even do it. We don't have time for another video. It is time to play the game. And that time is actually in 3 minutes. Guys, let's fucking get ready. Let's make this happen. Holy fucking shit, man.
That's a lot.
Wait, how many is it? I literally cannot even see.
That might be my best one.
Wait, really?
Yeah, I think that might be my best one.
Holy shit, okay. I'm waiting for it to catch up. So it's just the Twitch Primes are moving faster than my chat usually does. Holy fuck, man. Thank you, guys. Y'all ready to go to work? Y'all ready to play the game? Y'all ready for this? I think that I am. Let's make it fucking happen.
Holy fuck, dude. They're still going.
Alright, boys. Keep it up. Holy shit, dude. Holy fucking shit. Thank you, guys. Thank you, everybody. 200,000 fucking viewers, man. 200 fucking thousand viewers. There we go, boys. It is time.
213,000 viewers.
Hey,
you literally just gained 13,000 viewers in the past 2 minutes.
Hey, they're ready for Classic, man. I am too. Let's go. I'm ready for this, dude. I am so fucking ready for this. I've been waiting for a long goddamn time. The world is scheduled to be available soon. Okay, 1 minute left, guys. One fucking minute.
Dude.
What?
1 minute, man. They're subbing. The Classic's coming out, dude. We're gonna fucking play the game, dude. We're gonna fucking have a great time. Drink some water. Drink more water.
I got water.
Chug
I've
your
got the
water
water.
right now.
I've got the water. I've got the water.
Everybody,
okay, everything's
check
fine.
Boys, check your posture. You need good
fine. Vogu Collective with the 100 gifted community subs. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. 400K? We get 400K viewers? That's crazy. That's a lot. That's like 100K more than we had earlier. Wow, that's amazing. That's a lot of people. Yo, what up, boys? How y'all doing? Make sure to follow the stream. So we have this, and then we also have this. So multi-stream, we have over 100,000 viewers. It's 100, and by the way, like, it's like 110. This is the way it is. This is the way it's going to be. Live, yep, there we go. And, yeah, things are going very well, and we're popping off. Everything's going great. And that's how I see it, right? Things are very, very good. And let's see if I can pull these over here and make sure I don't get too lost. And let's see here, and move that over to here again. And there we go. All right. Best shot. Yeah, we got a whole lot of people. An ass load of people. Oh, my God. And it's typical here on Twitch. Crazy to see identical on Kick. Well, there's a lot of people that are also there, right? Like, I've had 100K viewers naturally. I've had 400K viewers naturally. And I've also had 100K viewers unnaturally. I can tell the difference. It's pretty fucking obvious. One example is Ray J. I don't know who Ray J is. I have no idea about him at all. But in general, that's it. Right? Too many has? Yeah, sure. Well, how about hype train botting? Oh, God, the pirate software thing. Holy fuck, another one. I don't know about that. And botted to over 100K? That's wild, bro. Yeah. I mean, well, that happened the other day. And you can easily pull it up and find it yourself, right? There have been streams where I was botted massively, and I think a lot of people do get botted. They get botted maybe by fans. Like, whenever you see somebody's viewership jump up by, like, when a person's viewership jumps up by 10,000 randomly, there's two reasons for that. There is either some sort of glitch in the system where it's a recalibration, or there is a bot being either activated or deactivated.
Wait a minute.
It is
213,000 viewers.
Hey,
You literally just gained 13,000 viewers in the past 2 minutes.
Hey. Or it's at the first, like, 10 minutes of a really popular person's stream. Like, if Kai goes live or Queso goes live or somebody like that goes live, you can see the viewers go up by 10K at the beginning because that's everybody piling in at the beginning. A raid, yeah, or a raid. I mean, obviously a raid. But, like, yeah, in general. And so that's what I think. Do you think Summit is view-botted? Absolutely not. I don't think Summit is view-botted. No. And again, Tectone had 3.7 million on Kick. Yeah, probably not, right? And I had 1.3 million on Kick too, and probably not. And so in general, I think you just look at viewbotting as a general issue. I think that it happens on every platform. It happens on Twitch. It happens on Kick. It happens on YouTube. YouTube, it's less common because of the way that the algorithm punishes it. But in general, it's a very common practice. The reason why it happens on live streaming platforms more is because live streaming platforms are aggregated by viewer count. So on YouTube, it doesn't matter because you're searching for videos. And so searching for videos is something that, like, you are the one doing the searching, and you are curating your own content and your own experience. But the difference is that on Twitch, that experience is curated for you. So what happens is that, like, let's say you go on the website and, like, you open up, like, let's say Twitch right now. We'll open up Twitch right now. So if I'm on Twitch and I'm looking at what are the top streams, I am number 2. This is a massive advantage that I have over other people because of my position in the directory. Jinxie obviously has this. Papa Latte, very popular guy, also has this. Hassan has it. Your Rage. Everybody who's in this top frame here, like Miz, everybody, we are all enjoying a massive advantage by the fact that we're here. That's it. Yeah, and so because you get a, there's like a fucking, like a discoverability advantage where people see your content, and because they're seeing it, there's going to be more people that are consuming it. And that's just the way things like this work. I don't know what else to say. Like front page, yeah, exactly. The more viewers you have, the more viewers you can get. And so that's the reason why. Are big streamers doing it? It's hard to say, but that's generally what it is.
This is the part where talking about viewbotting becomes an issue, is because it starts a witch hunt for everybody.
Yeah.
Right? It really does start a witch hunt. All right, but like, let's be real. I've been approached by a sponsor, and they say, "Hey, are you cool if we boost your numbers up?" I say, "Hey, man, yeah, go ahead."
Yeah, sure.
If you want. I'm not going to stop you. I'm not going to stop you. Like, dude, I'll be real, dude, I've done a sponsor with Progressive, and I was warned they might bot me, and I'm like, all right, well, I still want a bag, so let these companies do whatever the fuck they want. I'm still getting my bag. Yeah, anyways, let's keep going here.
I'm just going to explain how it works. So basically, the companies themselves don't actually do the sponsors. So let me go ahead. I'm going to explain how this works. And people might not like me talking about this, and I'm betting on that. That way I can farm them getting mad for content later. So we have 3 boxes here. And let me explain how this grift works. So you have the company, you have the agency, and you have the streamer, okay? So the company pays the agency money. And then the agency then pays the streamer money in order to advertise the different product. So in this example, you would have, like what Tectone mentioned, Progressive. So they tell Progressive, the agency tells Progressive, hey, we're going to get this many views for you. Because the expectations this agency has is that the expectation is that the agency has to bring views back to Progressive. And then in order to get those views, what happens is that the agencies, what they do is they use embedding. And so they use embedding to embed a streamer's numbers. So the streamer's viewership numbers, oh, sorry, let me actually make sure this is very clear. Actually, yeah, let me actually do this in a very easy way for you guys to understand. And this is the grift. Here it is. That's the way it works. So let me explain this graph and all the different color coding and how things work. So basically, companies end up paying an advertising agency, and the advertising agency then connects streamers, then connects with streamers. But the difference is that the advertising agency has different things that they need to meet, expectations they need to meet. They promise, let's say Progressive, but I'm not going to say a name of anything. I'm just going to say in general. And I'm not going to say in the advertising agency. I'm going to say in general. The advertising agency, let's say, needs to meet the amount of viewers, 10,000 concurrent viewers, or 300,000 total views. So the advertising agency then says, okay, we have to get 10,000 viewers, and they're being paid for that 10,000 viewers. And then they pay the streamer to get the 10,000 viewers. But let's say the streamer only gets 5,000 viewers. So what does the advertising agency do? Well, the advertising agency pays an embedding service that then puts the streamers, because it's not a flat-out viewbot. A viewbot is an inflation where no one is watching. An embedding service is something where there is maybe technically a person watching, but it's not their actively consumed content, and they are effectively not watching. So it's basically like, it's viewbotting without it being a bot. In both cases, you are producing inauthentic numbers that are not representative of what I think the actual data is. Like F Extra Life is a perfect example of this. Illegal in all 50 states. So I'll talk about that afterwards. So then the embedding service then embeds the streamer for a certain amount of views. it's very important to keep in mind that in a lot of cases, streamers don't actually ask for this. The agencies do it on their own, sometimes without the streamer's consent. But I know that this has happened in the past. How do you think that that one progressive show that was happening, like that next show or whatever, how do you think it got 100,000 viewers with, like, I'll just say it, with like Alexandria Botez, like Will Neff and fucking and Austin show? Do you really think they got 100,000 viewers? Absolutely not. They were embedding, but they weren't the ones doing the embedding. It was probably, I don't know this, it was probably the agency that was doing it. And the reason why the agency was doing it is because they have a contract with that company, and that company has an expectation of a viewership, so the agency pays for the embedding to create the illusion of that viewership expectation being met. But in my opinion, it's complete fucking fraud. And I think that even a slight look into this from a legal perspective is immediate fraud. And I will explain the reason why. One of the reasons why. Even if it is a real viewer, the different services, like, for example, Progressive, fucking Geico, State Farm, Red Bull, or whatever, they're paying for demographics. And so whenever they ask an agency to get sponsors, they're asking for certain demographics to be targeted. For example, if you're an advertising agency and you're advertising makeup, well, you're not going to go and advertising on my channel, are you? No, of course not. You're going to go and you're going to do it on a beauty channel instead. So these agencies are effectively shifting the demographics and creating the illusion of hitting 10,000 of the target demographics that the company is looking for. And also, here's another really good way to look at it. If the company knew that these numbers were inauthentic, would they still pay the same amount of money? Well, I think the answer to that is obviously no. So if the company had knowledge of this happening, and if that knowledge would cause them to change their mind, then not giving them that knowledge is probably an unethical behavior. That's a very bad point. No, it's not. You're paying for demographics. So age is a great demographic, as an example. If you're looking to get an age group of 13 to 15-year-olds, you don't want to advertise on my stream because kids usually don't watch me. But if you're looking to get 34-year-olds or 28-year-olds, I am a great place to do that with. When you use embedding services like this, you do not have the same controls for demographics that you do whenever you're using a streamer's analytics. That's the reason why. You're using two separate types of analytics, and the analytics are not created equal. A view from a South American country where their money is worth less than gold in World of Warcraft is not worth the same as a view from a person who lives in Vermont. It's not, because they have a totally different standard of living and they have a totally different amount of income to spend. So whenever you have this illusion of viewership, that viewership and where it comes from is absolutely essential to the value of what that viewership can execute on. And do you guys see clearly how this happens? So these agencies are scamming these companies. In my opinion, I think they're scamming them. And I think that if this goes to court, I think these agencies get sued and they lose. And I don't even think it's close. Yes, they are. Yeah, so that's the way it works. You want to understand why these streams are so popular and why this happens? That's the graph. What about the streamers? Are they complicit? In some cases, yes, and in some cases, no. But the streamer is not responsible for... Here's the difference between why the streamer isn't responsible and why the advertising agency is. It's because the advertising agency decided to commit to something that they're not delivering, and they are the ones that are actively participating and not delivering it. Whereas the streamer is just simply committing to getting a certain level of viewership, and they are fulfilling their advertisement with this company. So basically, if you want to have a legal liability, we'll just look at this as purple, this is where the legal liability is. And this is also a separate level of legal liability. And again, you can ask, Legal Mindset or anybody else to like critique this if you think that I'm inaccurate about it. And so basically, the purple is the contract that the company has with the advertising agency, and the blue is the contract that the advertising agency has with the streamer. And so really, there's never a breach of contract because a contract never exists. It never exists between the streamer and the company. It's between this middleman. So that's the way it works. So do the companies ever find out? I think that they do. That's why you have less companies advertising. How are companies okay with this, and how come they haven't realized this? Because they're stupid. They're stupid. That's actually the reason why. And also, the people that are running the agents, this is, again, I'm guessing, but I bet a lot of the people that are working at these companies are okay with this happening because it means that they meet their goals for their superiors. So it's like a long list of malicious compliance where ultimately the company loses, but the accountability is displaced among so many people that nobody is ever held to fault. That's what happens. So the agency is in a way botnetting views. In the cases where views are botted, it is in the agency's best interest to do so. It is not necessarily in the streamer's best interest, and it's certainly not in the company's best interest. Why would you as a company, think about it logically, right? If you're a company, why would you want to viewbot a stream that you're paying for? Because if you're paying for a stream and it gets more viewers, then you have to pay more money. Why would you do that? It doesn't make sense. So yeah, there you go. You cracked the code. No, I didn't crack the code. All I did is I logically deconstructed this based off of incentives. This is the way the incentives work. This is how it is. This is the graph. I'll go ahead. You know what? We're going to save this one. This is a pretty good one. There we go. And so, yes, I do think that's it. To show investors their exposure is growing. Exactly. It is a long list of malicious compliance. That's basically what I'm talking about. That's what I'm getting into. People tend to watch high number streams. They do. There is certainly a snowball effect that's going on, but at the same time that snowball effect is going on, I do think that there's a lot of malicious compliance that's happening as well, and I think that's what we're looking at right now. So yeah. Don't more real viewers jump in whenever they see a large amount of viewers in a channel? Some real, some fake? Yeah, but they're probably not the ones that are paying for it, right? That's the main reason. And so anyway, let's go back over and I'll see if there's anything else that I need to look at. But that's generally the way that I feel about it, and that's what I think.